Shut up and sit down.
Common Sense, New Hampshire. Live, raw, and unedited. You got something to say? We want to hear it. Feel free to call in at 603-217-5400. Now your hosts, Bernie D, Mad Mike, and Kim. I'm the voice of Common Sense, New Hampshire, the boss lady, Erin D. Now to the show.
I love your face.
Oh my God! Come over here and give me a hug, you big boy. Oh, what's going on?
What's going on? So we're kind of like we're finally in the studio, but there is still some echo, so it's in development. So we still need to put the padding on the wall. We need to get you your straight jacket, but it'll be okay.
Excuse me.
What color do you want?
Purple.
So there is one thing that I definitely want to ask you. There was a Bud Light truck broken down. Did you help?
In Nashua, of all places, I was coming home. I was coming home Friday, and I look and I see this Bud Light tractor trailer sitting on the side of the road. Hold on.
Mike's dying over
This
there.
Bud Light, it gets me every time. And he was broke down, so I felt bad that I couldn't stop and help him. I got a tickle in my throat.
That's what. Never mind.
Wow. Oof. But yeah, I almost saved the day. But I told my brother, I said, if I would have pulled over, it would have turned into a hijacking.
Here, let me just take your load for you.
Okay, I'll deliver that for you.
Is this? I'm some
I'm
reason.
sorry. What did you just say?
Who? Me?
You. Yeah. Could you just repeat what you just said?
I'll take your load for you.
Ooh, Jesus! How did that get? How the hell did I not see that one?
You
Pay
missed
attention,
it.
will you?
Oh my God! I'm sorry.
Kim's was even better.
What was hers?
You're gonna
I
have to
don't
repeat
remember.
it. You're gonna have to repeat it.
I don't
now.
remember.
Oh
You
man.
have to play back.
Well, you can have my load anytime you want it.
That's why I asked. What did
Oh,
you know?
dear Lord.
We're back. Thank you, Erin. Thank you for being here. How's your pneumonia or your
My
flu?
flu. I'm still all stuffed up.
I'm sorry. Say that again.
It's going to be one of those days.
Oh my God. Here we go.
There's a reason.
Yes, I still have this cold or sinus thing. 6 weeks later?
God.
It's great. I
Lovely.
dry heave every morning when I wake up because the mucus is all running down the back of my throat. It's great. Sucks.
Yuck.
And there's
So,
nothing they
how-
can give me.
I see you guys. You sent a message saying you went to the mayor's office today.
Yeah. Well, first of all, obviously the whole crew is here today. So
Yay.
the boss lady, the voice of Common Sense,
New Hampshire.
Kimber's here, Mad Mike, and myself. Our phone number is 603-217-5400. So if you want to call in, by all means. Hopefully you guys have been
That's
listening
mine.
to the previous shows.
Mike's killing my ears.
And if you have any feedback on previous shows, or if there's something that you want to talk to, by all means, call in the show. Once again,
That's
603
yours, Kim.
217-5400.
Mike, quit
That-
playing with shit, man.
Sorry, but
Fucking everything
it sounds.
up.
I don't know. I'm good.
Mike, are you playing with knobs?
I'm good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Knob playing.
You'll get my load too if you don't shut up.
We were going into something. You said, the
Yeah, you went
mayor's
to the
office.
mayor's office. Please tell me it was good. We're not getting subpoenaed or they get
No.
FBI.
No,
Okay.
not
Just
at all.
they offend a lot of people.
Well, here's, we're very active in the city of Nashua. Not just let's try that again. Not just from a small business leader standpoint, but as a resident here in Nashua. The Board of Aldermen and the mayor has asked us to be present at something that happened today. where they got a close to $1 million grant to fix a section of our neighborhood, and they wanted us there with a few other people. But the president of the Board of Aldermen was there. The mayor, Jim Donchis, was there. Who else was there?
There were several of the aldermans. There was our senator.
There was the director, a couple of directors of the city of Nashua, and then we also had a couple of our state legislature from Concord also there.
Nice.
So it was close to $800,000. There's a section of the neighborhood, Lock Street, the French Hill area, where there's going to be some money being put in.
Well, the problem that they ran into was when they, the citizens and the residents were complaining because the kids have nowhere to walk. The sidewalks are very, very narrow. They when they go to plow, they can't get down with the machine that they use to do the sidewalks because they're too narrow. Plus, there's no on and offs for the curbs. So there's no way when you're riding a bike or you've got one of the motorized scooters, or even when you're pushing a stroller, there's no way to get up and off, up and down the curbs. So originally the plan was they were going to go and they were going to fix all the sidewalks. Problem is they can't widen the sidewalks because the streets are already too narrow, because it was built back in when Nashua was founded, and they've never done anything to these streets. Mm-hmm. So in order to make them wide enough to widen the sidewalks and stuff, what they're going to end up doing is, instead of two-way streets, they're going to make them one-ways. Mm-hmm. And I mean, it works because Lock Street, will run one way and Whitney will run the other, which they're parallel to each other, so it's not really going to make much of a difference anyways. But
the widening of the street's going to be great. The sidewalks will be better. There'll be a bike path. The section where we live in, French Hill area, in particular in Nashua, most of the kids they walk to school. It's a walking district, as they call it. So I'm just glad that they were able to appropriate some money from that grant.
I mean, yes, we're a walking neighborhood or whatever, but even when the high schoolers get dropped off or the middle schoolers get dropped off, they're in the road walking. There's nowhere for them to walk. They get off the bus, and we have one of the biggest bus stops in Nashua, and there's probably about 45 kids that get off at that one bus stop, and they have nowhere to walk. They're walking in the street. So if you hit that bus stop when they're getting dropped off, you're waiting for the kids to get out of the road because they're just walking. They have nowhere to go.
How about those Patriots, huh? How about those Pats?
Thank you, Aaron. Well, I guess we're already off into our next segment.
Sorry, didn't mean to bore anybody.
Did she say something?
Oh, wow.
So you're
I'm gonna go home.
No, you can't go home.
So you went to the mayor's office, I heard today. What happened?
Oh, wow. You guys can discuss this off air. I'm not getting involved.
He's lucky those are ceramic.
Oh.
Then he's whipping them.
All right. So, so that was pretty basically the meeting with the mayor and the other local politicians and stuff, and they requested our presence there. All right, let's get into it. Let's talk about the New England Patriots.
Yes. We're going back again.
That's right.
Again.
Number 9.
Again. It's not the Super Bowl. It's the New England Patriots Invitational. That's what it is now.
That does have a nice sound to it.
It's pretty funny. I don't know if you've seen this, but on Wikipedia, it's really funny. On Wikipedia, they actually have the definition of the Super Bowl. Okay, check this out. It says every year the New England Patriots play a contender. It doesn't say two teams from the AFC.
Does. You're right. I remember
from the AFC and the NFC join and have a competition. It says the New England Patriots. Yep. Wait to see who they're going to be playing in the Super Bowl, and it's just the funniest thing ever.
I'm just so glad I was born in this era to witness this. We're never going to see this ever in our lifetime, our grandkids' lifetime.
Who'd ever thought?
No, what's even better is when you ask Alexa who's gonna win the Super
Oh.
Bowl.
Oh, I haven't asked her yet.
Oh, she says, although I'd like to say the
Oh,
Rams.
wait. Hold on.
He's gonna ask her.
I'm gonna see if yeah, it should work on my phone because I have Alexa on my phone. So hold on one second.
What is?
Alexa, who's gonna win the Super Bowl?
As much as I want the Rams to win, you can never count out the New England Patriots. My prediction? The Patriots will be taking home the Vince Lombardi trophy, and Tom Brady will need to use his other hand for that 6th Super Bowl.
That's great.
Even Alexa,
wow.
even Alexa knows.
Love it.
Oh my God.
Now, hold it now.
That's awesome.
All right, so obviously we haven't seen each other for what, a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Come on, you definitely were shitting your pants when we were over in Kansas City.
Oh shit,
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Well, not in the first half. I was like, is this gonna be a blowout?
Right. The first half was great.
Well, 14-0, but again, Kansas City was a very
When they
resilient
came back
team.
and scored that touchdown in like 2 plays, I'm like, oh, okay. Now they just get off the bus.
So
right.
first off, I'm just gonna
It's
say
intense.
Tony Romo did a fantabulous job color commenting on that AFC Championship
He was
game.
calling the plays.
He
as
was.
he's
I'm
commentating.
telling you, he was like a psychic.
Huh?
It's got to go to Gronk, and what happens? It goes to Gronk.
Huh?
Oh, there's only 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. That's okay. Just give it to the man that knows how to take care of the 2 minutes. And what did Tom Brady did? He took care of that in those 2 minutes.
But 3 consecutive 3-and-outs, and I'm like, are you friggin' kidding me? He's doing this. He's just marching it down, but third down, you're like, oh God, got it first. Another third down, got it first. You're like, Tom, just please stop this crap, will you? Just,
They gave me more gray hair.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The one thing that you gotta. Okay, so end of regulation, the game is tied, going to overtime, and then the flip of the coin.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but the Patriots get very lucky when it comes to
they always
flipping
call
of that coin.
heads. Always call heads.
You know,
That's it. It's just we got to do it. There's no reason you call head. It's like a. If you don't call heads, it's some type of curse or something because the head means the Lord Almighty or something like that. I forget, but it's very important just to call heads every time.
okay, so
There was a statistic that I forget what the actual numbers were, but when you flip a coin, you do heads or tails. Most of the time, it's gonna land on heads.
But we won, and that's all that counts. And yes, we had a lot. I mean, that pick play with D Ford offsides. You know, thank God he was offsides because it would have been the game.
the game would have been over. Absolutely
Scary.
correct. So
I mean, and it's so weird that both games that day, the AFC game, the NFC game, went down to those effed up calls. You know, the pass interference, the offsides. You're like, wow, the bad calls. You're like,
Yeah. I mean,
both
the Saints.
teams?
Wow.
both games got that. You think at the end of the year you'd have 2 of the best ref crews out there. You know, with Hawkeyes, just boom, you can see everything. But man, they were missing a lot. But I was also thinking of this. I think they were letting them play too. I think
Yeah,
they
I think
swallowed
so.
their
I
whistles
agree.
a lot,
yeah,
and a lot of those fluke calls were, you know, that face master Brady. Yeah, you hit him in the face, but you know what's a face and not a face. You know, hit his face. You know, yeah, it was freaking tedious, but thank you, Jesus. You know.
so let's put the Patriots aside for a minute, and let's go to the NFC Championship game. What did you think the result of that game?
What did I think?
Yeah.
We should be playing the Saints right now.
Okay. Am I the only one, or you and I
No,
are the only ones that think that
Well,
we should
No,
be
I
playing
think
the
so.
Saints and,
I mean,
and not
I
the
feel
Rams?
bad for the Saints after seeing that call. That was that call was horrible. It made it.
But I look at it this way too. Even that calls get missed. Yes, that was a very, very bad call to miss. But there are a lot of calls, the phantom calls. But the Saints had a chance to win that game.
They had plenty of chances. They had plenty of chances.
Had the ball into the overtime, and Breeze just couldn't come up with it, man. You know, and that's the Rams wanted it more, and they got it. After that, yeah, it's